And we are live. Hello, friends. My name is Evelyn Joy, and I wanted to share with you a quick update. Today, I'm officially 24 weeks pregnant. I have a doctor's appointment today. I have a little boy named Caleb. He's our last. I have 2 girls, 1 boy, and this is our last child. So the crazy thing is, since this has to be a scheduled C-section due to 3 other C-sections that were necessary, I already am scheduled for my C-section in the hospital. I've already received my paperwork about my C-section. It's scheduled for January 9th. So if I have no health complications, no early labor or anything, I'm having this baby on January 9th. So how crazy is it to know his possible due date, his possible birth date, right? So I wanted to talk a little bit about 24 weeks pregnant. I was surprised that when I looked up Google images about babies' gestation and size, I saw some babies that were born miracle babies and survived at 24 weeks. Obviously, there's a lot of health complications that come with that. A friend of mine had her baby at like 22, 23 weeks, micro, preemie, miracle baby. So a lot of doctors say that it's not humanly possible. It's not physically possible for a baby to be born that early and survive, but it happens. She still has health complications now, though, at like 2 years old. So it's always good. The best place for a baby is in the womb until, 39 weeks would be great. So my due date is January 16th. So they're scheduling the C-section, if all goes well, for January 9th, which is 1 week earlier. It's mind-blowing to me that this pregnancy is going so well and everything healthy and everything good so far. I wanted to give some statistics. At 24 weeks pregnant, I am 4 weeks away from 3rd trimester. So 3rd trimester starts at 28 weeks. So about a month from now, a little bit less, I will be starting the 3rd trimester. The baby right now weighs approximately 1.32 pounds. So it's exciting to have the baby more than a pound, right? But we want that baby a good healthy size. Oh, Heather Sandlin is here. Welcome. She said that she has a January baby. Her daughter was born January 29th. I have a January baby already. Deborah's birthday is January 2nd. So for her 4th birthday, she's getting a baby brother. So I'm a part of me is hoping that he will not be born on the 2nd because I like them to each have their own special day, right? Even if it's 1 day apart or 1 week apart, I want them to have their own special day. So, but every day, my 3-year-old Deborah, the way I talk to them about it, because they have almost no concept of time, but they remember that at Christmas it's snowy outside and right now it's warm outside. So I tell them, baby Caleb's coming after Christmas. He's in mommy's tummy. He needs to grow. He's little. So they get that sort of because Deborah's almost 4. Esther's almost 5. So Esther has a lot more comprehension than Deborah, and Joshua has no clue there's a baby in my tummy. I pat my tummy and I say baby, and he pats his tummy and says baby. So he thinks I'm just teaching him the word baby. He has no clue. So he's going to be surprised by his baby brother. Surprised, hopefully not in a negative way. Hi, Teacher Kim. I didn't plan on going live today, but I finished my classes, finished my feedback. I have some time until I have to get the kids ready. They're going with me to my OB appointment. So last time I tried bringing books to entertain them, and that was a flop. So this time I'm bringing tablets to entertain them, and I'm going to be the mom that brings screen time to the doctor's office. But survival skills, guys. Survival skills. We're going to do it. Thank you for saying I look nice. I actually got a shower at 6 a.m. because my first class started at 6:30. So I had 4 classes this morning. So anyway, I wanted to say baby is just under 12 inches long, so 1 foot long now. And I can feel him moving and kicking and wiggling around. Every time I feel him move, I tell somebody, whether people care or not. I'm like, oh, I feel Caleb moving, you know. Tell my husband, tell my kids. They hear it several times a day. But like, it's exciting because it means he's alive and well in there, and he's just letting me know he's growing and kicking in there and getting ready to be a part of this family. Last year when we lost Gabriel, we were super sad for Joshua because we were thinking, how perfect would it be to have 2 girls and 2 boys? You know, they each have their own, you know, shared room. The girls' room and the boys' room have bunk beds and can decorate them, you know, and princesses and Mickey Mouse or whatever, and, you know, have their playmate. When the girls say no boys allowed, the boys can say no girls allowed, or whatever. They can play together, the activities they like to do or whatever. So when we lost Gabriel, it was more, even though Joshua was completely unaware, it was more of a loss, sad for Joshua. And so when God gave us this new surprise of Caleb and that he's a boy, and this was going to be our last baby, whether or not it was a girl or a boy, but we're just thankful that it's a boy so that Joshua can have his little friend that they can, you know, share a room and do boy stuff. Because genders are different. I'm not saying, you know, different people like different things, but I see Esther and Deborah excluding Joshua sometimes because they're like, no, we're playing dolls. This is for girls. And I'm like, come on, Joshua can play something with you, you know, but it'll be fun. I said, you know what? When Caleb comes, Joshua and Caleb are going to say no girls allowed. So, how about that? So anyway, we're excited to have our 2 girls and 2 boys, which is really precious. I have to get my tubes tied. I say that because we have a full house, a full budget, a full van. 4 cesareans is hard on a body, and the more cesareans you have, the more surgeries you have in the same spot, the higher the risk of something bad going down, right? So there's a lot of scar tissue on the inside there, and it's not good to just keep having surgery there, and there's no doctor that will help you have a vaginal birth after 3 or 4 cesareans. So is this the end of us ever having kids? I believe that for now we're done, and naturally we're done. But in the future, if God calls us to adopt or to be foster parents, I am open to that if it's the Lord's will and if we're able to. So that's sort of exciting. But for right now, you know, private school's expensive. We're going to do a school that they can go to school 2 days a week and homeschool 3 days a week. And so that costs money, even with scholarships. You know, 4 kids is a lot of money. And so anyway, we just feel really blessed to have 3 kids and 1 on the way, 4 healthy kids. And so pregnancy symptoms, I am doing all right. If I walk a lot or walk up a flight of stairs, I get winded. Part of that is from being overweight, but most of it is from there's a little guy in there crowding my lungs, right? So I am able to exercise, but I have to take those breaks more often, which is fine. I have to and need to drink more water, which sometimes means I wake up in the morning with a dry mouth. And I tried teaching my first class with no water yesterday, and I had no voice in my first class. So between classes, I ran and filled my cup with water, and for the rest of my classes, I had a voice. So I felt bad. I hadn't taught that student before. Hopefully it went okay, but I tried my best to force my voice. But so I definitely have to drink water, and during the night, all that water kind of dries out of my system. Walking, I need arch support, but my feet don't fit in arch support shoes currently. So feet and ankles swelling and all that, but a lot of the swelling has gone down. I earlier on in the pregnancy was dealing with my arms falling asleep anytime even if I slept on my left side, my right arm could go numb or vice versa. But I think because swelling has gone down, or the pinched nerve or whatever it was we were dealing with, I haven't been dealing with my arms falling asleep, which has been helping me sleep through the night. Thank you for saying my shirt is cute. It's one of those that other people would wear it as a dress, but I wear it as a blouse. So it's kind of like a dress, but it goes to the knee, but I wear pants under it because that's my style. So, I don't know. I just felt like giving an update this morning because I have some time today. People are probably going to think I'm crazy when I say this. Since I have to pack up, get ready and pack up all 3 of my kids and take them to my OB appointment with me, I'm like, while we're in the area, we're going to get Deborah's bangs trimmed. I'm going to take my kids to Pizza Street for lunch, and then we're going to go to the Children's Museum, and we have a friend that's going to go to the Children's Museum with her kids too. So we're just like, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it. And I did this one time before. The last time I had to bring my kids to my OB appointment, it's like OB appointment, and then Esther got her bangs trimmed at the barber, and then we went to Pizza Street and went to the museum. So I've done this one time before. So it's a big day for us. Less exhausting than the zoo, surprisingly. So yeah, I need fit flops. I have 0 money right now. My husband is just beginning his new job, but he's been more than a month without work. So that means we've been relying on my job to pay the bills, and it doesn't very well. So money right now is like, it's like, oh, we have this amount in the bank account, which isn't very much. We have all the bills paid off, but the mortgage is coming up, and the amount that's in the account is not the amount that the mortgage will be. But I have another check coming, but it's going to be small. So add these together, and it's less than the mortgage. So we'll see what happens. We might be a little late on our mortgage, or we might have to you can't use your credit card to pay the mortgage. We'll figure it out. God always provides. A friend of mine, her daughter's name is Jireh, which is a reminder. If you don't know, in Hebrew, Jehovah Jireh means the Lord is my provider. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. His grace is sufficient for me. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. His grace is sufficient for me. So you might see why I kind of don't understand people who are like I'm not going to say it, but people who are obsessed with money over things that are better than money. There are things in life better than money. Did you know that? Did you know that sometimes people who win the lottery end up having miserable lives? So if money is first in your heart, there's no room for joy, kind of. Money has its place. It's important. Kind of need it, unfortunately. But yeah. So the reason we're going to the Children's Museum is I have a pass that I bought 1 year ago, and it's going to expire soon. So I want to get my money's worth out. The reason we're going to Pizza Street is it costs $12 total for me and my kids to eat as much veggies and pizza as we want. And my kids eat really well there. We're going to the barber to trim the bangs. It's only $5. So that's nice. So we are spending a little bit, but probably a total of $17 today, which isn't bad at all. So anyway. So welcome, Edward Robinson. Hello. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Yes, exactly. Heather Sandlin understands me. Mom to mom, you get it. She says, if you have to load them up, might as well make a day of it. Exactly. If they have to come, and it's also I use it as an incentive. Like, okay, well, we're planning on going to the Children's Museum, but if you don't obey at my doctor's appointment and behave yourselves and sit nicely, maybe we won't go to the Children's Museum. Spoiler alert, we're still going to the Children's Museum, but I can use it unless someone's throwing a full outfit, like going berserk, which my kids are getting better and better at not doing, which is nice. They're growing up. A positive thing about growing out of toddler years is less fits, right? As long as they're not throwing themselves on the ground, screaming and crying, and I have to carry them out surfboard style, we're still going to the Children's Museum. But I do use that as an incentive. Guys, I want you to behave at the doctor's appointment because we have plans. We have so many fun plans today. We're going to get Deborah's haircut and we always get a sucker at the haircut place because they have suckers. And we're going to go to Pizza Street, and we're going to go with our friends Molly and Tegan to the Children's Museum. But if you're not behaving, I guess we'll just have to go home. So what are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to behave and have lots of fun, or have to go home because you're being naughty? So anyway, I try to use logic. I love that my girls, at least, are at the age where I can talk about action reaction and use logic rather than just everything being like physical punishment. Because my kids tend to get hysterical if I, if Josh was doing something like making a huge mess and I slap him on the hand, he cries like I totally broke his heart and ruined his life. So my kids are very sensitive. So I try to talk to them and say, no mess, please, buddy. Help mommy clean it up, and teach them to behave without having to give the physical consequences very often, hardly ever. So yeah, that's what we do. Because my kids are 4, 3, and 2. And when Caleb is born, they're going to be 5, 4, and 2, and a newborn. How about that? Busy. So anyway, I'm going to get my kids ready, and we're going to have a full day. It's going to be fun. All right. Thank you guys for coming to my live. I love you all. Oh, I never showed you guys this. I show this to my students every day at the end of class. I'll write their name on the goodbye slide. I'll write their name inside of a heart, and I will put the sticker that has dino going across the screen saying bye-bye, and I'll say, thank you. I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye-bye. And so it's sweet because a few of my students say, I love you so much. And it's just like, oh, that touches my heart. I love it. I love my students. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks.